Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to our online class. So, here we continue with our English literature, the play Merchant of Venice, written by William Shakespeare. So, in the previous video, we have discussed that how Nerissa gets cheated with Greciano. Cheated means getting angry, okay? So, with Greciano related to the matter of the ring. And at the very same time, Portia tries to find out what is the argument going between them and for what actually Greciano is trying to give her the excuses. Well, at this moment, Portia claims that, just she claims to Bassanio that look at Bassanio, sorry, claims to Greciano telling that look at Bassanio, he never part the ring which I gave him, still it might be in their hand. Now Bassanio is like, at great confusion that what explanation or excuse he is going to keep in front of Portia. Though he knew what is the truth, but not necessarily the opposite person should believe it. Okay, so Greciano during this time turns towards Bassanio. Now Greciano thinks that already he is trapped in this matter, so how can he allow Bassanio to go alone, isn't it? So Bassanio, Greciano immediately turns towards the Bassanio and says that my lord Bassanio gave his ring away unto the judge that begged it, and indeed deserved it too. And then the boy, his clerk, that took some pains in writing, he begged mine, and neither man nor master would take aught but the two rings. So here now Greciano, revealed the truth, which actually Bassanio was planning or thinking like how he will be communicating this to Portia. So here we start from the line 190 onwards, page number 144 of your textbook. So Greciano says that, he says to Portia, when Portia is not at all aware the matter of the ring, okay? So he actually he overtakes Bassanio and he speaks this. Now, what is the intention of Greciano telling this? Greciano has two intentions. First intention is that he himself got trapped there, whereas Bassanio is also the equal partner in this, okay? Second, it is because Bassanio had gave the ring, then he had to give the ring to the clerk of that young lawyer, okay? So now another thing is that Greciano thinks that हाँ मैं अकेला फंस गया हूँ, बसानियो वहाँ बहुत अच्छे से डिसेंटली खड़ा हुआ है, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है, राइट? तो सुनना है तो अब दोनों को सुनना, दोनों बराबर ही एक जैसा गलती की है, राइट? सो ग्रेशियानो, इसीलिए ग्रेशियानो ने तुरंत पोर्शिया को बता दिया कि माय लॉर्ड बसानियो ऑल्सो गेव हिज रिंग, मैं ही नहीं बसानियो ने भी रिंग दे दिया, unto the judge that begged, और किसको दिया? he gave this ring to the judge who begged it and indeed deserved it, and he was like adding a supportive statement. हाँ ऑफ कोर्स ये इसलिए नहीं दिया कि वो किसी को देना चाहता था, इसलिए दिया क्योंकि वो यंग जज जो था रियली वो रिंग डिजर्व करता था, ओके? एंड इसीलिए जब बसानियो ने यंग जज को रिंग दिया तो मुझे उसके असिस्टेंट को देना पड़ा, ओके? दिस इज व्हाट एक्चुअली ग्रेशियानो इज ट्राइंग टू टेल. And he told that, and then the boy, his clerk, that took some pain. That clerk, the boy, also took some pain in writing. Writing what? Writing all the legal documents related to the, document that he has to get it signed from Shylock, and the document that he shows that this much and this much of the property will be going for the Antonio. All that matters, okay? All the legal documents. So the boy also had taken pain, and that is why both actually asked for the ring. That took some pains in writing, he begged mine, and the boy asked me the ring, and the young lawyer asked Bassanio the ring. So we had no other options except giving the ring, okay? And neither man nor master would take out. Neither man or master means neither the man nor the master, the boy or his master has take out, means they have not they don't want anything else, okay? We have seen in the previous scene that when they offered so many other things, they were not ready to accept anything else as a gift except the ring which they saw on the Bassanio's finger and Greciano's finger, right? So that is why they had no other options but the two rings. So that's why he says that neither the man nor the master would take would take anything else but only this two ring, okay? Now Portia what could be the reaction of the Portia? You can guess, right? The Portia had so much trust on Bassanio, had so much, and she was so adamant and strong in this thinking or mentality that at any cost, when Graciano told that he had to give the ring at any cost, Bassanio will not give the ring. But now she come to know that Bassanio also gave the ring, right? Now she turns towards whom? Obviously towards Bassanio, right? So Portia asks that, what ring you gave, my lord? So turning towards Bassanio, she asked that. It's like quite unbelievable for her, even though she knew that all the scenes behind, because the young judge is Portia herself. But here, in front of Bassanio, she acts like she don't know anything, okay? And she says that, what? You gave the ring, my lord? And not that, I hope, which you received. Okay, you gave the ring. But I think that you didn't give that ring which I actually gave it to you. Is that? Okay, she is trying to make it clear. And she know it's not, but still, she is just trying to see what excuses or how Bassanio will be trying to convince her regarding this matter. So now Bassanio is like totally trapped. Graciano already revealed the thing, otherwise he would have told her in his own way, isn't it? So that it couldn't be any dangerous situation could be created, or Portia would have burst out in anger. But now he is trapped and he has no other option. So he has to make Portia understand and clear that why he had to give the ring and what circumstances and what are the things happened there in the Venice. Okay, so now Bassanio very calmly, very patiently, he can't get angry on Portia because his fault is there, right? So very calmly and very patiently he tried to speak, and he says this: if I could add a lie unto a fault, I would deny it. But you see, my finger hath not the ring upon it; it is gone. So Portia says, Bassanio immediately didn't directly say that, yes, Portia, I had to give that ring to that young judge, okay, because he knew that what could be the next reaction, right? So very calmly he tries to talk and take this topic into discussion. So he says that, if I could add a lie unto a fault, I would deny it. Add a lie unto a fault means it's a mistake which I have done, and if I, in order to cover one mistake, if I speak lie, then I couldn't deny the further lies. Okay, means normally it happens with the people that when they start lying or trying to cover one matter with telling a lie, in order to cover the another matter, they have to tell another lie. Okay, so every time it happens one lie after another lie, it actually finally traps the person there. So here Bassanio says that, I could add a lie unto a fault. If I do that, I would deny it. Okay, then I can deny that. But you see my finger, he says, shows to Portia and says that, you see my finger, Portia, it hath not the ring upon it. It doesn't have the finger ring on it. Okay, and it is gone. It's lost. Portia, even so void is your false heart of truth. By heaven, I will never be your wife until I see the ring. Now Portia became, it's all again, it's not that really Portia is so angry with the Bassanio or neither Nerissa, right? Actually what they are doing, just they are taking the fun of Bassanio and Graciano and just want to see that how these people react when they are being taken into this situation. So Portia deliberately pretends to be very angry with Bassanio, and she says that, even so void is your false heart of truth. Okay, void means what? Empty. Okay, so he says that your heart is also very void and empty. You don't know even to speak the truth. And by heaven, by God, I say that I will never get officially be your wife, because it's a wedding day, and I'll be never getting officially be your wife until I see the ring. Bassanio बेचारा फंस गया, right? So he can't do anything here. He can't. Now he has to find some sweet and buttery words so that he can convince Portia and make her understand. Okay. So Nerissa, listening to the declaration made by Portia, Nerissa also says that, nor I be yours, I won't be yours also, till I again see mine. So to whom she might be saying this? Obviously, she might be saying this to Graciano, okay? And she says that, neither I will be your wife until I see my ring back on your finger, okay? Now Bassanio with lot of patience and with lot of thinking and maintaining the situation, he tries to speak to Portia. He says that, "Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, if you did know for whom I gave the ring, and would conceive for what I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring, when naught would be accepted but ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure." So this is what Bassanio says. What he says, "Sweet Portia." So very lovingly he addresses Portia because she is angry and he has to address sweetly, otherwise things will not become proper, right? So Bassanio says, "Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, if you really come to know that to whom I gave this ring, and if you did know for whom I gave the ring, and if you come to know that for what purpose I gave this ring, and would conceive for what I gave, and would understand that why I gave this ring, and how unwillingly, and you know what, you think that I was not sad, it was not painful thing for me that I departed the ring from my finger, unwillingly, I had no other choice, I had no other option, unwillingly I had to take the ring and I have to give it, I left the ring. When naught would be accepted, naught means when nothing or any other thing, when nothing or any other thing would be accepted by that person except this ring. So what I will do, Portia, I couldn't deny, because he has done such a great favor, and I couldn't part the ring because it is so precious to me. You understand my situation. It was like how difficult it was to remove that ring and give to some other person. You would be abate, and if you really understand my situation, my pain, then you would abate the strength of your displeasure. And you will be abating means what? Reduce or lessen down. You will be lessening down your anger, you will be lessening down your unhappiness because I had given this ring to someone else. Okay, so Portia, now turning to Bassanio, she says, "If you had known the virtue of the ring, or half her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honor to contain the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring." It's very difficult. Psychologists say that it's very difficult to convince a lady. Okay, so here Portia says that if you, and especially when it is matter to something very they gave much importance and it is being ignored or negotiated. Okay, so that's why Portia says that if you had known the virtue of the ring. So she says that if you would have really knew the value of this ring, Bassanio, or have her worthiness, or at least you had little importance to that person who gave this ring to you, or your own honor to contain, or you would have thought about that promise which you have kept. If you have self-respect, you would have thought of the promise which you have kept. You would not then parted this ring at any cost. Whatever may happen, you will not be parting this ring. Okay, you as an honorable person, as a person who know the value and worth of the ring, value and worth of the person who gave you the ring, and the importance and significance of that ring, and a matter of keeping your promise as a gentleman. If you would have thought all these things, Bassanio, I'm sure that you wouldn't have given the ring to anyone else. What man is there so much unreasonable, if you had pleased to have defended it with any terms of zeal, wanted the modesty to urge the thing held as a ceremony? Nerissa teaches me what to believe. I will die for it. But some women had the ring. So here she continues saying that if you had pleased to have it defended it. Bassanio, did you once try to defend that person that told that person that it is not possible to give this ring and you could ask anything else? Anytime you defended it, or if you had pleased to defend that with any terms of zeal, with any terms, okay, you would have asked that person that you can take anything else, money or property or any, and if you would have said that with full determination, if you were very adamantly said that to that person that no, you cannot take anything else, but I cannot give this ring, and if you were strong in your decision, I don't think that anyone will forcefully take the ring from you. Okay, so she was actually telling this to Bassanio. If you had pleased to have defended, once you try to defend it defended it, or with all the full strength and determination, you would have told that person that I'm not going to give this, or wanted the modesty to urge a thing held as ceremony, or which man to whom you gave this ring would have been lacking in good manners, of course. And I think that you should have even thought about the manners of that person, right? So anyone will be asking a gift of the ring that is been put in the ring finger of a person. Okay, if you understand, a ring is placed on the ring finger of a person, and especially when it is written something, engraved something, a common sense person will be easily understanding whose ring or what purpose of the ring is that you put in the ring finger, right? So what type of person is that who can't even guess the importance and the significance of that ring, and insisted on taking that ring only and nothing else? So you can at least thought of the intention of that person, that he is not a modest person, right? Modest means good in behavior or virtue and values. So he's not a modest person. So how could you think that when he asked the ring and you removed the ring easily and you gave it to that person? Nerissa teaches me what to believe. And she says, Nerissa actually, if she warned me, she teaches me what to believe. And I will die for it. But some women had the ring. But I'm sure I will wage my very life that you gave the ring to some women. Okay. So this is what Portia again stands very strongly in her statement in front of Bassanio, and makes Bassanio to speak out what actually made him to give the ring. Okay, it's true from Portia's side. If you think, she's absolutely right, what she's telling is absolutely correct. Okay, if anyone will ask you to give the ring, you will easily part it and give the ring. You don't have the value for the person who have given, neither you have the value for the worth of the ring or the relationship that actually that ring shows. Okay, so Bassanio says, no, by mine honor, madam, by my soul, no woman had it, but a civil doctor, which did refuse 3,000 tickets of me, and begged the ring. So now Bassanio, Nerissa earlier said to Greciano that I'm sure that you gave that ring to some lady, right? And Portia also says that I feel like believing Nerissa, because no man will be asking the ring. Obviously, women are more fond of accessories of rings like this. So definitely it could be a woman who might have asked the ring to you. So now Bassanio says that, no, by my honor, madam. So he says to Portia, no, Portia, you are misunderstanding me again. Okay, by with all respect, my madam here doesn't really say that he is perceiving Portia as something else. It's because of his love towards the Portia he addresses her madam. By my soul, no women had it. I just promise from my soul, from the bottom of my heart, from the core of my heart, I'm telling you that it's not any women who has actually taken the ring, but it is a civil doctor, which did refuse 3,000 tickets. I offered 3,000 tickets to that person, but he refused to take that. Okay, and he insisted on getting this ring only. And it is a civil doctor, it's a young judge, a young lawyer, it's a civil lawyer. Okay, and it's not any women. And begged the ring, and he was begging for getting that ring. Okay, that which I did deny him. What do you think, Portia, that if someone asks and I easily give this ring? Now Bassanio is trying to convince Portia and make her understand. Okay, it was not easy for him to remove the ring and give it. So he said that, which I did deny him. I denied him many times, but really Bassanio denied him only once. Okay, so Bassanio denied him and told that this is a ring given to him. It's very precious to him. It's very close to his heart. But the judge was not agreeing, so he had to listen to again Antonio's words, and he has to give the ring. That is what exactly happened. So now Bassanio is trying to reveal all those things to the Portia, and says that I did deny him and suffered him to go displeased away. And that man went away with sadly. Okay, and I allowed that man to go away without the ring sadly. And even he that had held up the very life of my dear friend. I just allowed that man to go empty handed without showing my gratitude to that person who has really did a great job for me. And what's that great job? That he has saved the life of my dearest friend. What should I say, sweet lady? I was enforced to send it after him. So he said, I feel very bad, I felt very sad that he has saved the life. And when you talk about the life of a person, all these materialistic things seems to be very, very worthless, isn't it? Or becomes less, okay? Nothing can be compared to the life of a human being or the life of a person. And when that young lawyer, that civil doctor saved the life of my dearest friend, and I felt very bad that he had to go empty handed, and I had to send him obviously empty handed, and I denied the gift which actually he asked for. Okay, I was enforced. What should I say, sweet lady? Means how I have to explain to you, my sweet Portia. I was enforced to send it after him. So I became totally helpless, and I couldn't. I felt that it's like showing ingratitude to that person who has really did such a wonderful job in saving my friend's life, isn't it? Now, how could I have allowed that person to go without taking his gift, or how could I be so ingratitude to that person who has done such a great job, which is actually no words to comment. So that's why he says that I was enforced. So I was enforced to send it after him. So he went away. He didn't take the ring. I didn't give him. He went away. And but when I thought of this, I felt that I should. Then I gave the ring to Graciano and I sent it after him. I was beset with shame and courtesy. I felt ashamed of myself that I couldn't do a small thing what the person have asked, because and he has done such a great thing to me. Okay, so I felt ashamed, and I felt much of, and also I felt like I'm being very less courtesy, okay, or I'm not showing the courtesy to show the gratitude to that person. Okay, so my honor would be let in gratitude. If I wouldn't given this ring, my honor will be questioned. My honor will be questioned, and I will be, declared as an ingratitude person. So much besmeared it. Okay, besmeared it means it will be remaining all throughout my life like a stain, isn't it? Okay, when people come to know about this, they will be talking this. Oh, Bassanio couldn't give a ring to the judge who has really saved the life of a friend. Is the ring is so precious or important than the life of any person? People would have questioned me, people would have stained me, right? And it remains always a kind of guilt inside me. Pardon me, good lady, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I had to depart this ring. I had to give this ring in such a circumstances, good lady. For by these blessed candles of the night. Okay, so by these stars of the blessed candles, here refers to the stars of the night. Had you been there, I think you would have begged the ring of me to give the worthy doctor. She said, I really promise in the front of this light, I say that if you would have been there at that time, I'm sure, Portia, that you would have asked me to give that ring to that young worthy doctor. So this is what is the explanation given by Bassanio to Portia to convince Portia. Let us see what was the Portia's reaction. Portia says, let not that doctor overcome near my house, since he hath got the jewel that I loved, and that which you did swear to keep for me. I will become as liberal as you. I will not deny him anything I have. So she did not, easily got melted with the words said by Bassanio. She remained adamant, and she said that let not that doctor ever come near my. If that doctor I ever see coming near my house, what I'm going to do, I don't know. Since he had got the jewel. Why? Because he has taken the most precious thing which I actually loved. And normally when you give the gifts to someone, you give the gifts that which you like so much to the other person, and it so that you can have to keep, the other person has to keep it as a precious one. So he says that since he had got that jewel that I loved, okay, for Portia it's not only a ring, okay, it's something more than that. Okay, that is why she is becoming so adamant in this matter. And it's not that she doesn't understand what actually Bassanio said, but and that which you did swear, and Bassanio, you did promise me that you will never depart that ring, and you will keep it for you, always with you, and I will not become a liberal as you. Don't take me like a liberal person. I'm not that liberal person like you, that if someone will be asked and I'll be removing from my finger and giving it to another person, whatever reason it may be. I will not deny him anything I have. Okay, I am not going to give anything I have. Okay, this is what Portia, stands very adamantly on her statement and tells to Bassanio. Now, Nerissa, turning towards Greciano, says that, nor I his clerk. Neither I don't want to see that clerk also, who was the assistant of that judge. And I also don't tolerate that clerk coming anywhere, seeing here. Therefore, be well advised. So she was like warning Greciano there. Okay. So I'm telling you here afterwards, don't bring that person anywhere in front of me. How would you do? Leave me to my own protection. Okay. And says that otherwise you should have looked after of my own honor. Okay, in that sense, Nerissa also. So here that episode, ring episode, a little bit of fight, little bit of arguments, little bit of convincing each other continues. Okay, we'll continue in the next video tomorrow. We have completed so far till line 240, page number 146 of your textbook. So thank you. Have a good time. Good reading.